This game preview is brought to you by Manscaped's Premium Ultra Soft Boxer Briefs 2.0, complete with the all-new jewel pouch to protect your stones. Use the promo code SACCITY for 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Manscaped, the perfect tools to protect your jewels.
Next game on our list, it is the Baltimore Ravens taking on the New England Patriots in Foxboro. The 1-1 Patriots and the 1-1 Ravens. The Ravens are favored in this game by 3 points, then over under of 43.5 points in this game. Lamar Jackson, little note here. Everyone loves to talk about how Lamar Jackson can't throw and this and that and all. There's still always the down of Lamar Jackson is passing. Well, guess what? Lamar Jackson is the first player in Ravens history to have 3 passing touchdowns in each of his first 2 games of the season. Lamar Jackson can throw the ball. Let's nix that shit. What?
I have a question. I saw that stat. I was waiting for this, and I saw that stat.
Are you going to ask me what quarterbacks are good and the Ravens have had that can do that?
Well, yeah, I was going to ask you that because it's outside of Joe Flacco, what you got, Trent Dilfer. The second thing is does that include that's only Baltimore history, right? So
correct.
Baltimore Ravens history, which is only like 20-something years long. 30. I mean, they just became the Baltimore Ravens.
Quit trying to discredit my stat here, okay?
I'm just saying. I'm wondering where you're going with that. I mean, we all know Lamar. I love Lamar. So
yeah, quit trying to discredit my stat here. He's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. Okay.
He is.
All right, let's get into the game though. The Ravens offense has looked good at times and then also looked bad at times. Their rushing attack has been actually one of the worst rushing attacks in the league, and I'm talking about their running game. Like they're from their running backs, not from what Lamar does, but from what their running backs are doing. They're averaging an NFL worst 39.5 rushing yards per game from the running back position. That's not good. That's not what Baltimore is known for. They normally have a much better rushing attack. Do you think in this game we are primed to see a much better performance from the running backs in Baltimore?
I do, because you're getting the good running back. I think J.K. Dobbins plays this week. He was a full participant in practice for the first time this week. I think he's going to suit up. And let's be honest, if it's Kenyon Drake, Mike Davis, Justice Hill, yeah, of course they're going to be bad. Like this is very similar to the conversation I said with the Carolina Panthers. Like just because they're a backup and they getting carries doesn't mean they're good. Like we have to remember these guys are backups for a reason. I think with J.K. Dobbins back, maybe he doesn't get a full workload, but I think he will be efficient with his carries. I think that Baltimore's running game will get back on track. They're too physical and good of a running football team for them not to. That's what their team is predicated on. So I think they'll fix that, and I expect them to have some success against New England this week.
Are you at all concerned with the Baltimore Ravens defense? We had very high hopes for them in the offseason. And then last week, they obviously was to the Miami Dolphins, who were very good on offense. First week it was to the Jets, though, but the fact that they allowed all those points to the Dolphins last week at the end of the game, it was a lot. They blew the lead. There's no concern at all?
No. Why would Why would I be concerned? It's one game. They gave up. Listen, through 3 quarters, the Dolphins had 14 points. And nobody was talking about how bad the Baltimore Ravens defense was. And I'm gonna be honest, we don't like to talk about always about big net. Stephen A. Smith called them out and said that they should be ashamed and embarrassed. And Ray Lewis is rolling over and is, not as great, but rolling gonna come to the facility. Calm down. It's one game. And then when we bring up how bad they were last year, there's no context fault. They have the worst pass defense in football over 19 games. Well, yeah, last year they lost in their entire secondary. Their entire team on defense was hurt. So sorry, I'm not looking at last year, and I'm looking at one game in the fourth quarter where they gave up 28 points. It happened. It's something that in the NFL we've seen before. I am not concerned about the Baltimore Ravens defense because through 3 quarters of that game, everybody was like, this is the Baltimore we expect. Look at that defense. Marcus Williams making plays. He had 2 interceptions. He was balling out, and then all of a sudden things fall apart. And now there's some major concern. So absolutely not. I'm not worried about it. Now you tell me next week the Patriots come in here and drop 35 on Baltimore Ravens defense, and Mac Jones look like the second coming of Patrick Mahomes. we might have a different conversation. But as of right now, that Baltimore Ravens defense is still going to be good. It's still legit. And they're still working through, building that cohesive unit with a bunch of new pieces that they've added.
I'll hold you to it if Mac Jones does come in there and do it. Don't laugh at this question. This is a very serious question. You see it on the doc. Is this the prove it game for the New England Patriots? Like and I know where we have stood on the Patriots thinking that they were lesser than what everyone else is saying. This game against the Baltimore Ravens, is this prove it time for the New England Patriots? And if they lose or they look bad, then it's like, okay, we're right. The Patriots are who we thought they were. And then, and they belong where they are in our power rankings.
One of my favorite lines on this show is, I don't care. And I say I don't care because the Patriots could win this game, and it's not going to change my opinion about the Patriots. I know what the Patriots are, and I'm confident in saying that. I don't care who wants to argue with me, debate with me. I know the Patriots are going to be a sound defensive football team that lacks offensive firepower. And despite what they do, the Patriots could shock the world. The Patriots could shock me and go 10-7, 11-6, whatever they want to do, and they could get into the playoffs. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the same thing I did last year when I told them they were frauds. I'm going to come on here and I'm going to tell you, when they get matched up against this playoff team in the right circumstances in the playoffs, they have no shot. They don't have a chance to make a deep playoff run because they are not a good offensive football team. They don't have an identity. They want to be a run team, but then they wanted to open it up this year. So they're in limbo. They don't have the weapons. The running backs are good, but they're not special. So they don't have an offensive identity. And I'm sorry, the best teams in this league that go and play in the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, every single one of them, not just even the fluky ones, like we might say Cincinnati was a fluke last year. Every single one of them has an identity on the offensive side of the football, and the New England Patriots do not. So no, this is not a make it or break it game. They're at home. Could they shock and beat the Baltimore? Would I be surprised? Yeah. But would I change my opinion about them? No. It would tell me more about Baltimore than it would about New England.
Okay, fair enough. I don't think the Ravens lose this game, though. I think they come into New England and beat the Patriots. Let's go 28-20 Ravens.
I have the Ravens 27-17. I don't think New England could score 20 points if they tried.
And now that we are all picking the Ravens here, I think AJ is also going Ravens. Let's see. Why am I not seeing any of these picks here? Like my brain is just not reading his Ravens 28-17.
And Dylan also has the Ravens over the Patriots in Foxboro. So a clean sweep for Baltimore. Yeah, pretty much what we anticipated.
Yep.